Hey, welcome everybody to the May 1st, 2023 May Day Gathering and Empowerment Transformation Dance. We're going to go real easy today. We're just going to share our words of wisdom on empowerment and our experiences of empowerment and anything we want to share, anything about empowerment. And then we're just going to dance and share our experiences with dance. So you're all very welcome. Let's sing in our ancestors. I love to sing in my ancestors on our birthday. It's the cat rattle. Parasamane, 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 oh, parasamane, oh, paramamane. Paramamane, paramamane, oh, paramamane, oh, parasamane, 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 oh, parasamane, oh, paramamane, 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 oh. It always feels good to welcome ancestors, and I always have to thank mine, reaching all the way back to those paleo grandmothers from our original village here on this mountain, and thanking them for outrunning the woolly mammoths so that I could come to be. That must have been quite a challenge. You know, I think I have a hard time sometimes, and I just reach back 12, 13,000 years to those grandmothers that I love so much that raised me from the paleo village here on the mountain. And so I ask you all to think of your ancestors while I turn off my phone, and call them in to be with us by introducing yourself and the land that you're on, the land and water that you're on, so that we can all share, reaching back where we all share ancestry, this wave of humans. We all came in with our ancestors in this wave of humans 12 to 13,000 years ago. So whoever wants to go first, just unmute and speak when you want to.
My name is Jeltje, and I'm also known as Brown Bear Dancing Dreams. I was born in the Netherlands, but for the last 58 years, I've been living in London in the UK. My watershed is the Thames, and I always feel very connected with the North Sea and my country in the lowlands. So I'm bringing in my grandmothers because I feel they're really very strongly behind me today because it's my daughter's birthday and Gail's birthday. And Jessica, my daughter, turned 54. And she has incredible qualities. And often I feel the strength of a long line of women in her. And I want to honor all my ancestors. And I also want to honor all the future, because I feel there is a long, strong line of women coming, at least 7 generations ahead. So may they, you know, so yeah, I'm complete. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Jeltje. That's very empowering. Call in the women, call in your daughters and your descendants. Who wants to go next? Just
You're up
unmute.
first.
Yeah, just unmute and speak.
Well, it so feels like to me like all our European sisters ought to go first. But I'm going to I'll just jump in and say, it's Kate joining you today. I'm down here at Red Clover, down here in the North Carolina area, 20 miles below Asheville. Got to see Gail. I'm still so sorry that I didn't think that my newly created, my first batch of fairy doors, so of course they weren't even dry, and you know, I brought this over. Anyway, I'm so sorry about that. Because in the hour I was with this sacred grandmother, I ate oswego, I ate sassafras, I ate beech tree. I learned so much in just an hour. But my reciprocity wasn't very kind. And so she fed me, she left me, she gave me food to go, and I left her a polymer clay that I should, what a huge lesson this was for me, that this should be for all of us, that this toxic world, these things that we do, we really need to, and I'm just talking to myself here, I know that, but I learned a huge lesson here. I was the first one I can give to, and then it ended up being. But what I want to mention today is I was astounded when I looked at the amount of tribes that have been in this area. So I'm in the home of my brother. I wanted to bring in Cran Kemmer that brought us here, who lived along the Tugelo River, not far from here. There's so many big rivers. There's the Catawba and the Pigeon and the Tugelo, and there's others that I can't even recall the names right now. But the tribes that lived here and are recognized in North Carolina are 8. And they are the Kohare, the Eastern Band of the Cherokee, the Halina Saponi, the Lumbee tribe, the Meherin, the Saponi, the Ohanichi Band of the Saponi, and the Waccamaw Siouan. So I would just like to honor all of that wisdom and honor the wisdom that my grandparents carried, and recognize the wisdom that everyone's grandparents carried. And just pray that this balance, as we sit here on Beltane, that midpoint between equinox and solstice. I was going to wear a little white, clear, light top and a little black skirt to dance in, but it plumb got cold here. Yeah, not real nice. Anyway, that's a way of introducing myself a little bit, and I try to honoring the land that I'm sitting upon. And honored to be with you all. I'll pass that talk.
Thank you, Kate.
Well, can I add to my story though? The bears take such good care of this grandmother that I brought this toxic thing over. And of course, we had to leave it outside. She leaves everything outside. If you send her a letter, she has to leave it outside. And now I realize, and I did bring her most toxic thing, and the bears chewed it up like on the first night or second night. Like, no, she will not have any of this crap in her life. And here's your lesson, and here's how bear medicine works. We'll tear you apart if we need to. You thought you'd done something good, you're so proud. Yeah, the bear showed me.
Thank you, Kate. There were big bear prints on the earth where it leaped up that bank and went after that polymer cute little fairy door, but it's got bear teeth and claws on it now. Okay, who's next?
I'll pick up the feather with love and compassion for all. Bringing myself into the circle from Well, partly from our friendly neighboring galaxy, the rainbow constellation of Andromeda, which I have here, and I love to say that. And for my human part, that's stationed right now in Southern Oregon, for however long, and in the Rogue River watershed, which is, I would like to honor the Takelma people and name grandmother Agnes Baker Pilgrim in her spirit and her family, and thank her in particular for all her work here. And I'd love to honor all of my ancestors who have done their work and call in my star ancestry team as well today. And with great love and gratitude that Gail was born into the time that we are able to be in and be together, I place a feather in the center with great love.
Thank you, Bridget. Whoever wants to go next, just open your mic.
I'll go next. So I'm Pamela. I'm living in Ottawa on the unceded territory of the Algonquin people, which is a very large territory that on both sides of the Ottawa River. Rivers used to unite a nation rather than now they're dividing lines. And
Molly, Suzanne,
Well,
Vicky.
I'll go. Mali, from Iceland in Croatia, but living in London for over 20 years. And the nearest body of water is River Thames. I love River Thames, and I would like to call my grandmothers from my mom and from my dad's side, and whoever wants to be here that is done the work. How about that? Okay. And from my ancestors, I meant, and they feel they can empower us in some way. Thank you. And putting a feather back in a circle. Thank you.
Thank you, Molly. Suzanne or Vicky?
Good evening, everybody. My name is Suzanne from Switzerland. I like to call, I'm in the nearest watershed is Reuss, coming from the Swiss Alps. I call in my ancestors from all my ancestors, different kind of places, and yeah, I like to call in shining ones and my spirit guides, and yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Suzanne. Vicky,
You're
welcome.
welcome.
You're joining us for the first time. You're welcome to turn on your video and your mic and introduce yourself or pass. Either is fine. Give a few moments. There you are. Thank you.
Here I am. I was just going to watch.
It's up to you. Whatever's good.
Thank you so much. I'm from the Midwest. My ancestors are probably from like the Norway area. I'm living in upstate New York right now, and I'm just very honored to be here. And this is, I really need this right now. So I'm so blessed by my ancestors being with me, and all of the beautiful women in my life. So thank you very much.
Mm. Thank you, Vicki, for joining us. We're glad you're here.
Thank you.
Mhm.
It's good to be here.
Good, good. Okay, I'm just gonna read a few of my favorite quotes about empowerment, and then we're gonna dance. So from Gianni Crow, power comes from listening to your own heart. I think we all just demonstrated that. We all felt the power that comes from calling in our ancestors. And, when I feel I need a little something to help me through the day, I'll bring out the stones. The stones are our eldest ancestors. And, I'll bring out the feathers, the quote that came from the dream time recently: those who have feathers and choose not to fly are the saddest part of society. And feathers represent our connection to the spirit of all things. Spirit to spirit connection to all is very empowering. When we become connected to all, we are the empowerment. We are part of everything. And it just feels so good when we're able to do that. And when we do it like this on a regular basis, first day of every month, we build up relationship. We build up the connections and the power that comes from being connected and being in relationship with each other, with the land that we're on, the river basins, and the ancestors, and all that we do creates beautiful relationship for empowerment, and creates, songs and dances like this. We did this all together. This is our 10th guided ritual transformation dance. And we did all that in just over a year. It's amazing when you think about it. I don't know how we did it. Yeah, I know I didn't do a lot of dishes and I didn't do a lot of dusting. That's the main way I did it. But it's really sweet to be here another year. We were here last year and here we are again, and it's beautiful. Let's see. Buffy St. Marie is one of my favorite people, and she sang on the Muppet Show about listening to the wind. And that's very empowering. The wind is beautiful empowerment. And here's some quotes I kind of strung together: the power of silence, growing silently like the seed, and the tree falling only in destruction for sound, although you hear the leaves and the branches blowing in the wind occasionally. And does anybody else have any other quotes on empowerment, or do we want to go right into the dance? What feels good to all of you? All right, let's go into the dance. Bridget, did you have something? Okay, yeah, please share.
Yeah, a fragment of a song that was very empowering for me, even to sing to myself during challenges. But I'll sing that little phrase out loud. I stand in my truth. I stand in my power. I stand in my truth fully now.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you, Bridget. Very beautiful. Anybody else have anything they want to share before we move on to our dance for empowerment? Okay, then we begin this dance, feeling the coiling of the serpents in the ego mind. One coils one way, one coils the other way, and they cross as overlapping circles. And that creates the mandorla, the space between two circles of wholeness is what we can share when we are whole within ourselves. And so we dance this way and we feel that energy building between our palms. And then in the next section, we let our hands just be the wind. Just flow with the wind. We just feel the power of the wind and feel our dance. Dance the way we dance. Dance however you're comfortable dancing. Just feel the energy of doing the same thing at the same time. That actually is a very ancient human need to come together like this and do the same thing together. That's our ritual. That's what creates our rituals and helps us transform. So then after the section of just being the wind with our hands and dancing however we dance, we feel that energy, that power of the seed, tiny little seed that rises up and turns into a great big tree and then falls down and feeds all the other trees in the earth. Tree that reaches out with its roots and supports the whole forest and us when we're in the forest, when we're not in the forest, if we build that relationship with the trees. So our hands just feel becoming a tree from a seed and rising up to our highest and best and falling back down to the ground. Full circle with everything. And then the fourth movement and final movement is just to reach out with our hands and uplift everybody and everything to our heart. Just reach out with our hands, bring it all into our heart. Okay, any questions before Pamela's gonna mute us all and start the music so we can dance together? And then afterwards, we'll share what we felt and what we experienced while we were dancing, okay? Any questions before we start our dance? Looks like we're all good. Okay, Pamela, if you'll help us get started. The serpent coiled in our ego mind unwinds only with the images and symbols beyond words. Soothed by the soul in presence through eternity, building passion that feeds our true nature and empathy that creates waves of wonder as we become overlapping circles of wholeness. Progress is a verb-based walk and talk in harmony with integrity, dignity, responsibility, and impeccability. Humility can be learned from wind and water in ways beyond humanity. We can only listen to the wind blow and wonder what the wind knows and where she goes. Feel her caress our human form, knowingly, soothingly, inviting comfort or inspiring change. What is ready to ride with the wind on the wings of the crows? Taking or shaking the shape of the vessel that offers to hold us temporarily. Seeds become the highest and best trees in silence that is only broken by the destruction of crashing to the ground. Solitude and solidarity in the untouched forest feeds all life. Self-acceptance rooted in recognition of inner human patterns observed over eons and witnessed with awareness. We rise and fall together. Power is love and strength given by the moon and earth, building confidence of stones and oceans. Soft voices, gentle lessons easily understood, and walking words uplifting all as we choose to travel unseen paths, making trails to numinous, meaningful destinies. Take a break. Take a drink if you need to. Take a breath. Do whatever feels good. As we gather back in to share our experiences of dancing together in a ritual for transformation. Not only our own transformation, but the earth and collective and all that we join with in creating collective change.
I opened my mic hoping you could hear the wind. It was like she was speaking through the entire thing, you know, this transformative power. So of course I invited all of the woods and the forest around me here to join us in the dance. And I somehow, you know, I feel like we're breaking through old programming by doing these new ways. And I thank you, Sister Gail. I honor you, and we celebrate the God dance the day you were born. The angels did the bump to Gabriel's horn. You know, we're all, thank you for the gifts that you bring.
Thank you, Kate. We thank the birds.
You'll
Beautiful
leave it
bird
open
songs.
because the wind is talking.
Birds are
Oh,
beautiful.
the
They're in
silence.
the chimes.
No,
Mhm. So look at our glowing faces. Look at the transformation just in our radiance from dancing. What, 7 minutes? 7 minutes of dancing. We have a new smile, a new glow, a new sparkle in our eyes. New energy. We're all energy, and energy just shifts and changes and transforms. There's no way. We'll always be together in some form. I'm so grateful to each of you for being a part of my life in this way, sharing the beauty, sharing the transformation and the energies, the understanding, coming spirit to spirit and moving energy like we do with these dances and these rituals. So grateful for this glow that I see on each of us. Please just open your mic and share your experience as you want to. It's all good.
Deep gratitude, Gail, a beautiful dance. When I started, I could hardly move. I walked 8.5 kilometers today, and my muscles were absolutely in agony. But somehow or other, after this dance, all the pain is gone, and I feel so rejuvenated. And I just feel such deep gratitude to be part of this circle of life and to be part of this circle of people, of sisters, you know. So deep gratitude and a great, great year for you. And thank you so much for your many gifts that you share so generously. You know, I think your generosity always touches my heart so deeply. So thank you.
Oh, thank you, Yotze. That's beautiful.
Mm.
Mm.
Okay, I'll share. Yeah, I felt empowered by your drum, Gail. The shamanic drumming that you guide us with, and it takes us on these journeys. It's really empowering, really. And being together in this circle, square circle way is really empowering. And lots of things was coming to me, and obviously all the elements, the wind and earth and fire and water and spirits and ancestors, and all these beautiful things that empower us, and the birds and the smudge and you know, the seeds and the energies of Beltane and energies of our future generations as well, and all this kind of energies that have been brought into this circle today and they've been shared in between us. Is all very empowering and very special, and I'm very grateful to be here with you and all. And I actually also I'm really empowered by the color, and I really love the color that Vicky is wearing. That violet is one of my favorite colors. So I'm very grateful to be here and share this space with you all. And thank you all for sharing. And thank you, Kate, for sharing your winds with us as well. That was really beautiful.
Mhm. Thank you, Molly. Yeah, thank you for recognizing that the violet of the higher consciousness shines when we're like this.
I'd like to share now.
Please.
I didn't mention being in upstate New York that I'm just surrounded by lakes and rivers and streams are just everywhere here. And I just really love that. When I was dancing, we've had a lot of wind and rain lately, but the wind just came up and it was really loud. And the dance was just beautiful. I was severely injured last summer, and I'm still recovering on every level. And I've been holding in a lot of trauma since then. And I just started crying. My emotions were coming out, and I was just like, yes,
Mm.
thank you for letting this out and opening to the more healing.
Mm.
Thank you.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah. Thank you, Vicky, for sharing that and for being with us. Yeah, thank you.
Pick up the feather. Wow. Wow. Thank you. Thank you all so much. I was really in an altered space quite quickly. And it was during the wind movements, because wind is in the center of my Mayan chart, and I'm a singer, so wind is everything in way it breathes through me and sings through me. And I was in the other part of this room, and I was slowly turning, and it was like suddenly I could see with my inner eyes. I was in full regalia, full buckskin,
Mm.
gorgeous, just fully clothed in my medicine woman, regalia. And then I saw the most magnificent healings taking place. I saw sick people rising up, healed. And as I just kept doing this and kept turning, more and more people were rising up off of their sick bed. And I was like, what is this? Because I don't use any substances really. What you see is just, regular food and regular water, but I have these gifts, and with your music and the inspiration of the drumming, and did I hear bagpipes? I don't know. All parts of me were activated. I don't know what I was hearing or where, but I was here in this room doing this dance, seeing all these sick people standing up, healed. And that just gave me such hope. It gives me such hope. And when the seed, imagining the seeds being planted and the growth, and just imagining myself we have such beautiful ancient forests out here on the West Coast. And we have a sequoia nearby that's over 100 years old, and it's just so tall, and these trees outside are so tall, and I just felt myself reaching up with the trees so tall, and then allowing that letting go, returning to the earth. And then I was feeling there was, I don't know, I don't know if it's part of my star seed, my star ancestral self. I don't know, but there's some essence of the I don't know it. I don't know the words, but it was wonderful and empowering and hope filled and wow, wow. That's what I can say. Thank you. I
Oh,
placed the feather in the center.
thank you, Bridget. That says a lot. That's beautiful. Anyone else want to share anything? Okay, then we can sing our gratitude, but I just want to mention the paleo symbol. When I wear these flowers and you see this flower behind me, it's the wild rose. And it's the symbol of the paleo and the woodlands people. And it also, I think, it has something to do with Beltane. I can't say I know a lot about that, but it feels good to bring all the flowers together and to honor the wild rose, which grows everywhere on its own, all by itself. So let's sing our gratitude with our song from the spring. Everybody please unmute and sing with me. Join me in this song. Suzanne, did you want to say anything about your dance before we share our gratitude? You're good? Okay, everybody's good. Okay. Oops, that was noisy. But let's see if we can bring this drum in. Ancestors, grandmothers, please share compassion on my relations. Grandmother, water is life. We are grateful. Tunkashalai, Unchimalaye, Midak Yeo, Unchimaka, Manimu Chori, Pilamaya Ye. Ancestors, grandmothers, please share compassion on my relations. Grandmother, water is life. We are grateful. Tunkashalai, Unchimalaye, Mitak Yeo, Unchimaka, Mani Uchoni, Nilamaya Ye. Ancestors, grandmothers, share compassion. All my relations, grandmother, water is life. We are grateful. Tungashalai, unchimale, mitagieo, unchimakai. Many vachoni, nilmayaye. Much love and gratitude to all of you for gathering in these beautiful, heartfelt ways on the first of every month. So until again, Donatoga-o, see you again in the Selagi ancestral homeland on our sacred mountain, Atagu. And I see Kate over there in the west with those beautiful rhododendron flowers. And they're not blooming here yet, but that sure is beautiful. Thank you for sharing that, Kate. Thank you all for being here in this beautiful way of coming together. Until again. So Pamela, whenever you're ready, you can stop the recording.